The buttons have been pressed. The lightsaber has been ignited. The
Wrong
100% plant-based corn dog has not been bitten. Don't bite that. Don't. No. No, that's called a cattail.
No.
That is not actually a corn dog. Put it down. A. Oh, A. Oh, A. Look at me, I have rabies! Ah! Imagine, if you will, A shaking their head violently from side to side, and everything from
All
the
the
cattail
smoke coming out.
just
Yeah.
spews out. It's like a breath weapon of pollen.
Mhm.
Roll to save versus allergy.
Ugh.
That's a con save
Late
if
for
I've
that.
ever heard of one.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to Cause and Effect. This is our 50th episode. Oh, what a wonderful gif of a dog eating corn on the cob.
It's a corn dog.
It's a corn dog. Oh. That's cute.
Oh, I love this game, and we haven't even started. Hello, my name is
Haven't.
Crash. I'll be your DM for the evening. Tonight I'm joined by Beth from ElizabethMcCoy.com, Ellie from Noel.codes, Io, whose mom writes books at ElizabethMcCoy.com, and Jen, ShatteredSocial.com, bookofjen.net.
Yep, yep.
I remembered to put plugs at the beginning again. I forgot for a few episodes, but now I'm doing it. Yay!
Yes.
I have not changed the format. Pray that I do not change it further, or pray that I do if you don't like it. Either way, it's fine. Or it's not. That's a tautology. So, what happened last time?
Let's see.
Things?
Things and stuff and things, yeah. I think we fought a tree.
Yes, you fought the tree, and the tree did not win. The tree very much did not win. I rolled 2 nat 1s when using the tree.
Okay.
It rolled very well when Sam Reich was a placeholder for the tree. I blame Sam Reich for that.
Okay.
Yes. I love that that is canon. Somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you've come to the Orklands to collect some black boxes. The black boxes are
Right.
filled with scientific sensors for basically they're part of a space program that's being done. Most of these black boxes land in the ocean, but the Orklands are an island that is close enough to where they're doing all the launches. So 3 of them landed in the Orklands, and you are here to get them back. The first one was in a tree. Seems simple enough. You ignored Cavil saying, guys, I can just fly over and get... Guys, I can just... And then had 2 of you try to climb the tree.
Mhm.
I climbed it very successfully.
Yes, Chadrick
Quill would
climbed
like to know-
Mech very successfully.
Yeah.
You climbed the tree very successfully. But then you had to make a
And-
strength check to get it out of the tree.
Yeah, well.
That did not go as well.
No, that went a critical failure, and I broke the branch that I was bracing myself on as I tried to shove it out, and
And then we fought the tree.
Yes,
yeah,
that's when the tree
it was
tried
very
to grab you.
ignominious. I was hoping it was trying to help me by catching me before I fell, but no, it was mean.
It was trying to catch a light snack, yes.
Uh,
Yes. And afterwards, there was a collection of shooting, hacking, stabbing. I'm counting on my fingers the various things that were done, by the way, because this is not a visual media. Setting on fire, striking with lightning, and shooting again.
Mhm.
Also whipping, but the whip missed. It was not, in fact, whipped good. It's a very cool whip, but it was not very effective. I'm hero. Anyway, many nat 1s were rolled in the service of destroying the tree. And then you did something that is unheard of in my campaigns. You took a short rest.
uh-huh.
Yes.
A never knew of these before.
Oh no.
They are dumbfounded.
Mhm.
And in the whole after outro bit, I said you heard the sound of a roar.
Yes.
Yes, it's approaching. There are trees off in the distance that are breaking to one side or the other, and thunderous steps, only they're going.
Perhaps we should attempt to conceal ourselves.
I'll hide behind the that's on fire. I'll hide
Not
behind that
that
other
one.
tree.
I can help. I can help.
Ellie?
I will
Oh, nice.
Ah, I see.
I mean, I have hide in plain sight if we have a minute.
I'm not sure you have a minute. I'm a little concerned because I heard Ellie say "I will" and then nothing. Ellie, are you there?
I'm here. I'm not interrupting people.
Okay.
Okay.
I was concerned because I kept seeing your microphone flash, and I didn't know if you were saying things and it wasn't coming through or something.
I have very quiet music on in the background.
Okay.
I didn't realize that it was
Okay.
triggering the
Ah.
microphone.
Oh, I was hearing.
fe-
That's what I was
am-
hearing. I thought it was the vampire.
I am very much relieved now. I have had enough technical difficulties today I didn't want to have to deal with, but now I'm not hearing Ellie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So,
I am going to fly up and see if I can see what's coming toward us from what's crashing through the trees toward us.
okay. Give me a perception check at advantage because you're going for height here.
I will as soon as Foundry reloads.
Oh.
What was I saying about technical difficulties this evening?
Mhm.
It's the thing that's been happening ever since Foundry updated, which is that I stopped seeing die rolls at some point.
Oh.
I thought we fixed that.
And
And-
Dice
Well-
So Nice just had an update too.
Huh.
Dear listener, if the next time you're listening to Cause and Effect, it is in fact a GURPS game, or a Cypher System game, or a Lasers and Feelings game, it'll be because we got tired of using this rule set right now.
Mhm.
I mean, more likely we'd keep using the rule set for this particular campaign, but not do it in Foundry anymore. But still, there's hyperbole in there.
Okay.
By the way, I have not put my dice away since 2 weeks ago. They are still on my desk, just in case, as I stare directly at Foundry in a threatening way.
Capital cast a spell as well.
Okay. Pass
I
without
what?
trace. Ooh.
Oh, yes, I cast a spell. I did not cast this spell.
I said a spell.
Yes,
Cavil-
well, I heard this spell.
Cavil casts Pass Without Trace and then dispels it as a
No.
flex.
Mhm.
No.
So, by the way, I have headcanon about Mo, which I'm the DM, so it's real canon. Flimmery gets a nat 20. No, not a nat 20. 17
Wow.
plus 3.
A dirty 20.
Yeah, dirty 20. So you see what appears to be a two-legged dinosaur. It has a large crest on top of its head. It is mostly green, but there are blue things like stripes and spots. There's a patterning on the crest that's going back. Like if it wasn't a dinosaur, this is the kind of head ornamentation you'd expect to see on a dragon. And it is, you see its head bobbing up and down through the treetops. Some trees are higher, so you don't always see it. But it does appear to be heading in the general direction of where you have been hanging out. And I'll tell the Mo story later. What's everyone else doing?
I think Mech is going to re-engage her rage and get out of the way of where she thinks the dinosaur is coming from.
So we
I
have
don't
two
know how to roll that,
characters,
though.
at least two characters are running to hide. One character has taken the
Mhm.
high ground, so the fight's already over. And you're like,
Mhm.
no, I got. And that
Yep.
that was a nat 20 stealth check. Plus your regular bonuses.
36.
Plus
Wow.
Pass Without Trace.
Yeah.
Cavil does the Thanos snap on themselves so far as any of you know. Only you
Okay.
didn't hear the
So-
snap.
So
Yeah.
plus 10 to stealth check. So I get a plus 10 to this.
Mhm.
Yeah, which effectively makes
Okay.
A's roll a 36. Right? Oh, A and Cavil both got 36s.
Wow.
I'm not happy with the dice right now,
With the
Oh.
plus 10, you get a 19.
but it was still a 1.
Poor Quill. Poor
What did I
Quill.
just do here?
Will has clearly tripped over something and is not happy. What is going on? Who has cursed them?
It's because you're surrounded by new people and you're making a first impression. Therefore, it must be horrid.
I'm okay. It's just fine. Fine. I'm just going to let the dinosaur eat me now.
Oh no.
Apparently, I'm just going to let the dinosaur eat me.
A, who you still don't see because 36 stealth check, lightly
Mhm.
pats you on the knee because that's a height that A can reach easily. It says, "Don't feel bad. The first time I met everyone here, I failed a saving throw like immediately." Which
Thank
is canon.
you. I think I should die with dignity now.
Or you could,
No, wait.
not die and still have dignity. Dig. You can do digging. Kobolds are good at digging. I can show you how.
It's a thought. Perhaps I will dig a hole and hide in it for the rest of my possibly short life.
Tunnels are better. Tunnels are way better because then you can travel and you can hide the tunnels. You can hide in the hidden tunnel. It could be a secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
And
No,
then you could write a song about it.
I am not a bard. You don't want me to write a song about it.
You can multi-class. And in the chat, Flinry is providing additional information to Cavil, who is responding in the voice of Isily because I don't quite know
Oh,
why.
Don't
But
know
it's
either,
fine.
because I have to
Possibly
change
because you had-
the thing.
If you click on the character that you want to talk as, that also helps, especially if you own both characters. As the GM, any character I click on, I end up talking. See?
Oh.
Yeah. That is not, in
Mhm.
fact, Millie. That is me, as Cavil.
No.
It says
Not
Game
Cavil,
Master
that's Cavil.
underneath.
It
So
does, yes.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
I think I turned that on. I'm not entirely sure that's always on, but it is on now. Anyway,
it's a good idea.
Mhm.
with all of that said, we have stealth checks made by some, not made by others. Is Flimry going to attempt to be stealthy or no? Dang it, Ellie!
Uh,
I'm not giving you inspiration for that, but that was gold. Sam Reich saying, I'm not here, but if I were, I would have been here the whole time. It's funny enough that I needed to put it into the recording. So, what's Flimry doing?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll make a stealth check, although I'm 60 feet in the air.
To be
Like
fair, there's
casual.
a chance that the dinosaur is not looking up. That's a nat 1.
Oh, I'm glad that I'm not the only nat one around here.
Oh no.
Hold on a second. Isn't there something on your character sheet that makes you better at stealth checks? Because Owl and your feathers are like specifically made for you to fly silent.
I mean, there are bonuses on that stealth check, I see.
Well, yeah, there's bonuses on it. Brings it up to an 8. But I thought there was
Yeah.
something else like,
Yeah, I have proficiency in stealth.
okay. I couldn't remember if it was that or a different bonus or you got to roll at advantage. And if it was advantage, then we'd have
Right.
that to help us out. But okay. So you are perhaps flying just low enough that you are very, very obvious. And with that, if everyone can go to the Combat Encounters tab, which is the
And
little
roll our
cross source
die.
thing over in the top right,
Mhm.
and click on the die next to your character to roll for initiative.
I think I got a
Uh,
15? 15?
15.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it doesn't appear to be including the tiebreaker numbers anymore.
No.
I'm not going to worry about that right now. It was a nice little thing, but also it was a lot of extra numbers.
Mhm.
So-
They may be included silently now. They were probably causing
might.
too much. What the criff is this?
Yeah.
I
Do
mean,
that.
So
that's
neat. Cavil
rules in
and-
TTRPGs in general. If you're not asking that at least once per session, are you really playing a TTRPG?
Good question. Good question.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Everyone has rolled except for Chadrick. If Millie is able to join us, we will let Millie roll for Chadrick. Let us
Sure.
begin the
Chadrick
combat.
wandered off and is to find a convenient tree to serve as the locked in the bathroom.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
There you are.
Yep.
Mhm. Yep. Yep.
Or Chadrick is just over there helping the fight, as Chadrick does, possibly by giving us all a theme song to listen to.
Oh, there are the numbers. I see the initiative tiebreaker numbers. They're on the main chat instead of in the
Oh.
Oh, well, that's
Okay.
wonderful because it's telling me that 3 beings rolled 15.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. There is a 15. Mech's got a 15.15 right now.
Right, and
Yeah.
Cavil has a 15.14, so the tie was broke.
Mm,
And
okay.
you are in the correct order then because Mech is above Cavil. Before, when it was putting you in
Yep.
alphabetical order, Mech would not have been first, ever. And you
right,
can now see
okay.
a picture on the map of the thing that is running out of the wood.
Okay.
Hadrosaurs
Hmm.
are vegetarians?
Well, this looks like a very
Down.
angry Hadrosaur, and it is running at speed and smacking into things. Like it is not, oh, this tree was in my way and I accidentally bumped it. It's like, you know what? This tree insulted my family. No. This tree insulted my cow. No. This tree dishonored its entire lineage. No. And knocking them down as it's running through the forest.
Okay, that'll slow it down a little bit.
Yes. Which is why it is not going first, even though now it's coming into view. Flinry is there.
Ah,
It is Flinry's turn with a 21.
I am holding my action. I want to see what it does. Although I am moving, I am making sure that I am far enough from the ground that it can't reach up and grab me.
Okay. I think you said 60 feet.
60 feet, yes.
Yeah. I said you were...
60 feet was where I was when I...
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So
60 feet is where I was when I saw it.
all right.
okay.
So that is what Flinry is doing. I will say that it is doing a lot of roaring. So you are also all able to see inside of its mouth, and it does not appear to have large pointy teeth meant for rending flesh. But you still don't want to be
Good to
in
know.
that mouth.
Mhm.
I mean, many of you know of a warforged who was inside the mouth of a sheep.
Yes.
Wasn't pleasant.
Mhm.
Neither was the suplex. But whatever. I'm still very amused that I have run a game where somebody suplexed a sheep. It's canon, and it was important to do.
Mhm.
To be fair, the sheep
Yep,
had
yep.
T-Rex stats, but never mind. All right, Mech. It is your turn. You are raging.
Okay.
There
All
is
right,
a
so-
large hadrosaur that
Yes.
is screaming and has knocked down pretty much all the trees between you and it at this point.
Okay, so I clicked the rage thing and it's giving me a 3
Oh, that's only for doing
for some
damage.
reason.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
where if
okay.
if you make a hit when you're raging, on top
Mhm.
of everything else, you get to
Mhm.
do additional damage, but you haven't attacked yet. So the question is, are you
Oh,
going to
okay.
attack?
So I should attack? Yeah, I'm
That's
going
up to you.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
Let's see.
So on your character
Yeah.
sheet, you're going to
Uh-huh.
click on, you see those little tabs that stick out on the side over on the right?
Yes.
Second one is for equipment, or
Okay.
inventory rather. And
Inventory? Okay.
yeah, the top section in your inventory is for weapons. The bottom weapon there is your Great Axe of Intimidation.
Ah, okay. Let me
If you
find
click
it
on
here.
that,
There it
it
is.
should show up in the chat. There we go. And now you
There it
click
is.
on attack.
Okay, awesome. Let's go. Got,
All right, that's
15?
a 15.
Yes.
That will not hit. It gets close to it, but your axe sort of just like the way it's moving, your axe
Mhm.
hits it at just the wrong angle so that you've smacked it with the flat side of the axe instead of like taking out a chunk. But you do get to attack, so you may roll again.
Okay, do that again. How do I make that work? I got it the first time. Sorry, I'm kind of sleepy today.
It's okay. Just click on that attack button
mhm.
again. 'Cause you don't
Attack
need to click
button
on your axe again.
Oh, right
because,
here. Okay,
Yeah.
that one.
Mhm.
Gotten 19.
I do not see the 19 showing up. Does anyone else see it?
You
I
don't
see it.
Yeah,
I see it.
Okay. So remember what I said about my difficulties and latency and stuff? Guess
Mhm.
what?
Mhm.
It's come back.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine because I
Yeah.
have dice here and you can see your character sheets. Ah, there we go.
Mhm.
And now I saw the roll.
Mhm.
My call was very important to it. I don't see it in the chat yet, but I did see a die roll pass. So
Yeah.
there's that. All right.
Mhm.
So that was a 19 you said. That hits.
Yes.
Roll your damage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be the
Okay.
damage button underneath attack.
Okay. Normal or critical?
It's going to be normal.
Which do you want? Okay,
Normal.
here we go. It's a 5. Nope, it's a 10.
All right. Okay, now this is weird. I have not seen the 19 show up yet for your
Oh,
attack
wow.
I
roll.
see it.
But I don't doubt you. I am letting people know the difficulties I am encountering, and I am blaming whatever's going on with Foundry for this, with the update that is possibly still trying to install. I don't know.
Okay.
And I do see Quill moving back and forth as well. I do see the damage that got rolled.
Yes.
So there's a missing roll. I know you made it,
Yeah.
but I don't see it, and that's bothering me. And for your
Okay.
additional damage from the rage, I'm just going to take the roll you made earlier,
Mm-hmm.
because
Okay.
otherwise there's a lot of scrolling that you would have to do. So that means you
Yes.
have done a decent amount of damage for your attack. Is there anything else that you wish to do?
You cut out a little bit.
Is there anything else you want to
Anything
do?
else you want to do?
Anything else I want to do?
You've
Let's
used.
see.
You haven't used your bonus action this turn because you raged before the combat technically started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think. Well, how fast is this thing moving? And like,
It was approaching at a speed a little bit faster than most people you know can run. I mean,
Okay.
you've seen people go faster, but usually it's a rogue who's dashing. I
That
think
makes
I'm
sense,
very
yeah.
dashing.
Aw.
of course you are. Of course. So the question is, what am I doing now, or
It's you
something
can
else?
say you're done, or if there was something else you wanted to do, like move or whatever, you could do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna move out of the way after hitting this
Okay.
thing broadside with the axe twice.
Okay,
You know?
it will
Or
get an
maybe
attack
3
of
times.
opportunity.
That's
So
fine.
it is going to attempt one of those. It's going
Mhm.
to do a thing called slam. Come on and jam,
Okay.
everyone. Well, that's a 16.
Oh wow. Okay.
Your armor class is
Um,
17. It does not hit you.
Okay.
Or it does, but it just sort of bounces off you. Like it spins a little bit and tries to smack you with its tail. The tail
Mhm.
grazes you, but you are, don't take this the wrong way, you're dense enough
Mhm.
that doesn't really do much.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She is made of metal, so
All right. Next up is going to be Cavil.
That,
Yeah.
yes,
It's Cavil's turn.
yes. I am going to send Magpie in to try to bestow curse on the dinosaur.
All right.
And that will drop concentration on pass without trace, but I'm already stealthed.
Oh no, I'm slightly less sneaky. I need to apply more rouge. There is this red
And
cloud.
once Magpie delivers the spell, it will disengage and fly off again.
I don't think the Hadrosaur makes a save with an 8.
No, it does not. And now it gets to make a wisdom save at the start of each of its turns in order to do things with its action.
But it likes to do things.
Well, some of the things it's doing are standing around and going, duh?
That's already on its itinerary for today, actually. It is a dinosaur. Is there anything else that you're doing?
No.
All right. Then I get to make another wisdom saving throw. Because it's the Hadrosaur's turn. Oh, this time I got an 18. It can do a thing. It likes doing things. It's going to use a thing called Thunderous Bellow.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to place a measured template because we're doing Theater of the Mind.
Mhm.
So let's take a look at this ability. Unleashes a ground-shattering bellow in a 120-foot cone. I'm going to say that for this, Mech, when Mech
Mhm.
moved away, was moving
Mhm.
away at an angle, so Mech isn't going to get hit by this.
Okay.
But, and also, Flinry is flying up at an angle, so Flinry is not going to get hit by this. But this is possibly going to hit Quill, A, and Cavil. Each creature that is in the area must make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw. And actually, if I reveal this to everyone,
Oh, then we can.
Oh, there
then
it
you
is.
should just be able
Mhm.
to make sure your character is collected, then click on where it says DC 16. Or Quill can say
It does
defensive
not
tactics.
show the DC.
Really? Fascinating. Well, Quill failed the save.
I don't know
No.
why I made it as the Raven,
Oh.
but Cavil passed.
Okay. It's great for Cavil.
Mhm.
For
Try having-
Because
A,
that
let's
was a
roll for
16
A.
on the die.
What does defensive tactics do?
A
Should,
does not make the
should
save.
Magpie be rolling?
I'm going to say no because you had Magpie swoop away afterwards.
Yes.
I can't imagine Magpie flying straight towards the Hadrosaur, then doing a 180 and flying straight back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make Magpie a yo-yo, not a raven.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
hilarious, but no, I don't think
Mhm.
it works that way. So here's the thing. I now need to roll for damage.
Oh my.
So that's going to be
That's-
25 points of thunder damage for A and Quill,
Ouch.
but 12 damage for Cavil.
I have
All right. And I get to.
Defensive tactics do. Oh, there it is. Okay, never mind. So, are you applying the damage or am I applying the damage?
I can
Apply
apply the damage if you wish.
Could you? It's baffling me right now.
I need.
Thank
you. There you go. Look at me, I'm
Thank you,
bloodied.
thank you.
I am a true rouge. It's all red.
Oh no.
No.
a Constitution saving throw, which I pass.
All right.
Oh, it looks like that automatically popped up when I made myself take damage. But
Neat.
I did not realize that in time to click on that, so I just rolled it normally.
Oh,
Well,
well.
it's useful information that we might remember next time, or we'll forget again.
Mhm.
But I'm going by how I usually do things, not how any of you does it. And as a free action, the Hadrosaur then vomits.
What?
So it let out
No.
a thunderous roar, and then the roar turns into a gurgle, choking sound, and it pukes up what appears to be a large amount of crushed and partially digested fruit. It's not landing on anyone. It wasn't using this as a breath weapon. It just suddenly was very, very nauseous. Possibly not suddenly, but it was very, very nauseous. The fruit
Maybe-
is mostly like yellow and orange.
Has it been eating? Is it drunk? Do we have a drunk Hadrosaur? Great.
It appears to be more angry than drunk. But
Some people are mean drunks.
Quill, give me a nature
Mhm.
check.
Woo. Nature check.
I
nature
just had a realization out of character.
I'd like
Is it
to
about
give
the
a
game though?
Stop.
Yes.
Then you might know what I'm making the nature check roll for. With an
That was an
18.
18.
Okay. You know that box that is currently in A's bag of not holding?
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to collect 3 of them, right?
One of them was moving.
One of them
It
was
ate
moving.
a box.
And the box, when you found it, had some black stripes on it, but it was mostly orange and yellow, because those are high visibility colors. It's quite possible this thing is raging, not because it learned it from watching Mech, but because it may have eaten it thinking it was fruit, and it has an upset tummy.
Okay.
Is there anything that an elf ranger can do? Well, I'm a ranger, not a druid. I shoot these things. I don't necessarily heal them, do I?
Well, you have made the realization,
Yep.
and the next bit of information I'll give you for free, you are part of a team. Perhaps Sam Reich knows a way. Actually, he's not really
Yes.
here. He's not been here the whole time.
Indeed. Point, yell in a aggrieved voice. It ate.
You cut out there right at the important
Little
part
bit.
of what you were yelling.
Try again.
Yells in an aggrieved voice. It ate the box and is going to cast the. To do the cast for that? That.
For the listeners at home, yes, it is Quill's turn. Quill goes after the Hadrosaur.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to cast summon conjure animal, and I would like to conjure a saber-toothed tiger, which is not some. Oh, I can't pull one out. I can pull one out myself. No, I do not have permission to create a new token for the saber-toothed tiger actor. But it's in DDB
they're
monsters.
We've got to go to SAG.
Uh-huh.
1 second. Let me call an agent.
One beast of challenge rating 2 or lower. How's a saber-toothed tiger sound?
Usually they sound like they're roaring.
Yeah, exactly. I have no bonus action.
All right.
Okay.
We are going to add you into the combat, and I am going to update combatant to give it your initiative, because frankly, I can't be bothered to give it a separate initiative from you. That's my house rule. You summon things, they all happen on your turn.
That's
I'm not
fine.
doing 25 different rolls for initiative. And let's just do one more thing here, Columbo.
Mm-hmm.
If I can. Can't do that there. There you are. Configure ownership. Now, Beth, owning a saber-toothed tiger is an important
It's a big responsibility. I have to take it on walkies. I have to clean its litter box. I have to make sure it has good saber-toothed tiger food. And on that note, point and tell the saber-toothed tiger, that's your dinner. Get it.
Well, I have given you ownership of the saber-toothed tiger, so you take care of that.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was saying owning a saber-toothed tiger is a big responsibility.
Oh, well, all right then. So it gets one action. I think its bonus action is pounce. Can it pounce? What does pounce do? I don't know. Pounce?
Oh, there.
If the tiger moves at least 20 feet straight toward a creature and then hits it with a claw attack on the same turn, that target must succeed a DC 14 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
They have to make a claw attack as well.
Yes. And
Okay.
we can argue that because you are summoning animals that you have some familiarity with, most likely, that knowing this, you probably summoned it
At the right
a little over 20
range.
feet away so that it could pounce.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we can have it do its pounce as a bonus action, and then you can
Mhm.
have it do its claw attack.
Okay, so it does the pounce, and a save is required. So I think
Well,
you have to click
that's
that.
if you hit it with the claw.
Oh, so I have to hit the claw.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you
Claw,
swing
claw,
and miss, then it wouldn't be an effective pounce. That is an 8.
Do I have any? No, I have no inspiration. I am not inspired.
I will pass you my inspiration.
Can I then pass the inspiration to Kitty?
You're the one
Everyone
making the roll.
pass inspiration, one person to the right. I will allow this. Go ahead and hit the attack button again.
Will an 18 do it?
An 18 should hit. Yes, it does hit. That's AC
Okay, so
16.
And then
So
I
now,
think you're the one who.
while you're hitting damage, I'm going to roll the strength saving throw. It makes the strength saving throw. Wouldn't you know it? A very large animal has some strength.
I hit claw twice. I didn't think I hit claw damage twice.
Oh, no, there were 2 rolls because I was rolling the strength saving throw at the same time you were rolling.
Yeah, but it gave me claw. Oh, it gave me the damage as well. It gave me. Never mind. My eyes blurred. Okay, damage roll,
It's quite
13.
all right. Yep, I have applied it.
And
All right.
does it get knocked down? Or
It does
anything?
not. It made it save.
Curse.
It was a good
That's all
strategy.
right.
It was a bold
Yeah.
strategy, but it did not work this round.
Oh, well.
I'd like to take my action after the saber-tooth tiger is done.
Please do, because I'd forgotten you held your action.
Yes. Since we have settled on killing this thing and carving the box out of its stomach, apparently.
I don't have any way to make it throw up unless you people do. If you want to make it throw up, I'll call off Kitty.
I don't, and I don't have any particularly good reason for keeping it alive. How far is it from everybody?
It is relatively close to Mech. Everyone else was kind of hiding behind trees.
Mhm.
So I would say everyone else is maybe 20 feet away. Mech is 10 feet away.
Okay. I am going to cast this so that it catches the... Hang on. I'm going to try and figure out how to cast this
Hey, look, the map's to scale now.
so that it only catches the hadrosaur and the saber-tooth. Sorry, Beth.
Poor Kitty.
And it's a 20-foot radius storm sphere.
Okay.
Each creature in the sphere, when it appears or that ends its turn there, must succeed on a strength saving throw or take 2d6 bludgeoning damage. Oh, yes. And the hadrosaur has disadvantage on the first saving throw it makes. No, not 65 out of 11.
So when it appears, so making a roll now too. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So the hadrosaur and the saber-tooth have to make strength saving throws. And the hadrosaur's is at disadvantage.
Well, let's roll. It's not giving me an option for rolling a saving throw in this. It says attack and damage, and that's annoying. So I'm just...
Oh, yeah, weird.
I'm going to open the character sheet and roll a saving throw that way.
And my spell DC is 16.
I am not rolling well.
Technically, it's your cat. That's a 27.
No, why is this so bad?
Oh, wait, you said a disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's roll again.
At disadvantage.
Well, the Hadrosaur had to roll disadvantage.
Oh, the hadrosaur gets disadvantage, not Kitty. Well, Kitty failed anyway.
That is lower. That's a 21. We'll take the 21.
Okay.
Does it take half damage? Or
How
no
much damage
on
does
that?
Kitty take?
It takes no damage. And the cat takes 5 damage.
Okay.
And then, as a bonus attack, I'm going to use the lightning bolt feature.
Okay.
The GM is apparently going to... Oh, 5 damage.
Oh.
I really like the dice pattern you picked for that one. A 26 is going
Will
to
a 26
hit?
hit?
A lot. Yes. 22 points
That's
of
22 damage. Lightning damage, if it matters.
To
To the hadrosaur, not
Okay.
the saber-tooth.
glad to know. Glad to
So
know.
it's specifically lightning damage, not thunder damage.
Yes.
Okay.
Zap, not Sonic.
Yes. There's a little blue hedgehog running around. Is staying out of this.
Wise.
After all, it was sonic damage that bloodied A.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And that takes us back to the start of initiative. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't.
No,
I
it
skipped
doesn't.
over
Ace gets
A.
a turn.
I get to
Hey.
Oh no.
As a free action, I'm going to say, ouch. And the GM is going to remind himself that A doesn't throw A's regular daggers because A has psychic blades and uses those. And therefore, they are not in A's equipment list, which is why I paused and spent too much time wondering where they were.
You'd create an item that says psychic daggers and where you actually find them.
That sounds
so that
like
you
work.
can quickly flip there.
Yeah, that sounds like work.
Well,
All right, so that's going to be a
Okay.
hit with the main and a miss with the other one. And let's apply the hit with the main. Well, first of all, it's going to be normal damage for that. Apply. And then we're going to use a different feature. No, we're not going to do it
A's
twice.
revenge.
What was that? I can't hear you. That rolled
A's
2 sixes in
revenge.
there. All right. A has done A's damage. It is now up to Flimry.
Again,
Or Zapitude, presumably.
yes, I am going to fly directly over the Hadrosaur and cast Lightning Bolt directly downwards.
All right.
It must make a DC 16 dexterity save.
I don't think it will.
Okay.
It's very strong. It's not as dexterous. That's a lot of D6. That is
Wow.
a significant number. That's a fireball's level of D6s. It's bloody.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh, and as a bonus action,
Storm Sphere again. 25 is going to hit.
Do I have to roll for Kitty again?
No.
Okay.
and 9 additional damage from the Storm Sphere.
Math. My ancient enemy. We meet again. Actually, that wasn't hard to math. All right. Okay. All done?
Yes.
All right. One of these days, I'm going to think that someone's done when they're not done. And then they're going to say, oh, but I took a couple levels from Fighter. Action Surge. But if you were already multiple classing and then you added in Fighter on top of that for Action Surge, that might end up being absurd. That's a reference. It is Mech's turn.
Okay. Did this giant dinosaur spit out a box or have a box inside it still?
It probably has a box inside of it still. It's been eating fruit that is the same color scheme as the box.
Okay, so it thought it was fruit. Okay.
Yes. But it is currently enraged,
yeah.
and it doesn't seem like anyone in the party has methods that they were able to use to calm it down. Or if they do, they
Okay.
haven't used them yet.
Okay. Does this kind of dinosaur have like a tail or anything like that?
It does have a long tail.
Or is it just like a...
It's an herbivore,
Has a long
but it is
tail?
an herbivore
Okay.
that walks on 2 legs.
Okay, so Mech is going to attempt to climb up the tail,
Oh my gosh.
if possible.
All right. That's going to be...
Yep.
That is certainly going to be a dexterity roll.
Okay.
So give me a
I will roll
dexterity check.
dexterity.
It could be... Let me look at your character sheet.
Yeah.
We
It's
could
got a
do
+2 in dexterity.
acrobatics. Yeah, acrobatics is the same
Could do
+2
that.
because you don't have proficiency in that. Go ahead and click on acrobatics and
Okay.
pick normal.
There we go. What did it say? 8?
An 8. I'm going to say
take her a bit
you
to get up the
successfully
head.
grab onto the tail.
Okay.
Now, the next
That's
part,
fine.
you need to make a decision. It realizes that you have grabbed onto
Mhm.
the tail and starts to swing it. This doesn't count as an
Mhm.
attack because it's not its turn. But it does
Okay.
make it be difficult terrain. Worse than
Okay.
that, it is moving terrain. Do you hang on
Right.
for dear
Mhm.
life, or do you let go so that you have increased maneuverability and might not get smashed into a thing?
You cut out.
Are you going to let go of the tail or not?
Uh.
You are currently on a tail that's being swung around.
Oh, okay.
If you let go, you might be thrown, but then it can't like smash the tail into the ground or something and hurt you. You also can't climb it if you let go.
Right.
But if you
Right.
don't let go, you might get smashed into something, but you
Mhm.
can continue to climb.
Okay. I'm going to continue to climb.
All right. So I'm going to say, give me one more acrobatics check.
Okay.
A
19.
19. Wonderful. So keep in mind, this is all happening in 6 seconds.
Mhm.
You see Mech make a
I
flying
mean, she's
leap
robotic.
towards the
She
tail.
can do it.
The tail
Uh-huh.
starts swinging around like a cat who doesn't enjoy what's happening. Not that any of us knows what it
Mhm.
looks like. And then you see Mech doing the whole like reach out, grab, pull forward, reach out, grab, pull forward. You have made it
Yes.
up to the hips area. so it can't swing
Okay.
you around anymore.
Right.
Technically, because that was like 2 rolls to do this, I could see a reason
Mhm.
why a DM might say, and that was your action. But I will
Yeah.
allow you to still try to make an attack. It's going
Okay.
to be at disadvantage because you're going to have to
Okay.
swing while holding on to this thing. You can't do
Okay.
your normal 2-handed strikes.
Right. Okay. Trying to figure out how to make that go. Let's see. Sorry, I'm a little tired today.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
But kudos for Ellie for finding the problem with Foundry. I was right in my suspicion that it was something to do with the 5e plugin specifically.
Huh. Okay. So, trying to figure out how to make this work.
Okay, so remember in your character sheet, you go to your inventory.
Inventory?
Yes.
Is that what you
it's
said?
gonna be the
Okay.
it's
Yes.
gonna be the second tab over on the right. And
Second tab
your
over on
weapons
the
are
right.
the
Okay, I've
top
got that.
section. Look for
Okay.
the Great Axe of Intimidation. It's at the bottom of that first section.
There it is. Yeah.
Okay, I see
Okay.
you've clicked on it. So come back to
Yes.
the chat and click on attack.
Okay.
All right.
15.
Now that would not hit. Remember, we're rolling a disadvantage, but I'm not going to make you roll again because the 15 is lower.
Okay.
So that's not going to hit.
That's
but
fine.
you do get 2 attacks. So click
Okay.
attack again, and this time when you get the little pop-up, click disadvantage. This is your second attack.
Okay. I'm doing that right now.
Ooh.
All right, that's not going to hit either. That's an 11. But
Nope.
to be fair,
Okay.
you are currently climbing a hadrosaur that is inside a lightning storm.
Yes.
So
It'll probably rev up my batteries and charge me more. So it's great.
your batteries are currently at 90%. They were at 75 earlier.
Okay. So see, I'm doing fine.
We have charged your capacitors. Pray we do not charge them further.
Exactly.
Do not overclock your capacitors.
Right,
if they're an
right.
overcharged capacitor, then suddenly it's something you need in World of Warcraft for an early quest.
Oh.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It is
that's,
now Cavill's
probably all
turn.
I get to do. Mhm. All right.
Yes, but it looks epic.
Fun.
It is Cavill's turn.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's see. Cavill casts Mind Sliver on the Hadrosaurus.
All right. Well, dinosaurs are known for being very intelligent, so I have a good feeling about this saving throw I'm about to make. Okay, that's a 12 because it has -3. Roll your damage. 13 points of damage. Apply.
And when it next makes a saving throw before the end of my next turn, it will subtract 1d4.
But it needs to make a saving throw at the start of its turn.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it does.
And it goes right after you. So I can't even forget that it has
Yes,
to do
it
that.
does.
But I also need to scroll up to find where the heck you put that curse, because there's been a lot of combat.
There has been, yeah.
Where
Think
are
that
you?
is.
There needs to be a way to pop out the
It would be
recurring.
convenient. There's Quill's conjure thing, thunderous billow, wisdom saving throw from bestowed curse. This does not have the -4, but that's fine. It failed anyway, so it is just going to fail harder.
-3. That means it doesn't remember what it's doing? You can always barf
It-
again. That's a free action.
It knows that it doesn't like this, but other than that, it is unable to perform any actions according to what I've been told.
It is
If it-
unable to use its action. It can still use things that are not its action.
Oh. Well, then it's going to use its movement and try to run off. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Would the
Opportunity
cat...
attack.
Yes.
Opportunity attack from Kitty.
Yes. Also, Mech is going along for the ride because Mech is canonically on its back.
Yep. Mhm.
Can it attack with a bite?
I would say yes, unless it can't.
Okay, let's see if I'm...
But that's going to depend on the roll.
Oh, find it. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Bite. Attack. Normal. Krishna Bloody Murphy.
It makes a valid attempt. I'm going to say that it goes in for a bite, but the saber teeth on either side prevent it from biting. This is the saber-toothed cat
It's
equivalent
supposed to be able...
of a regular cat attempting to make a jump and not making it.
Boing. Oh,
Or-
well.
Or the basset hound I
It-
had growing
it
up
has a good
tripping
move.
over her own ears. Because she would do that when running.
Whoops.
Ellie, I love the meme you have posted. I quote it often.
There was
All
an
right.
attempt.
There was an attempt.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all proud of you for making
Quill's turn.
it. It is Quill's turn. Also, after Quill goes, the saber-toothed tiger goes, and now it can run 20
And
feet.
pounce. I was just. Mhm,
Well, that depends.
mhm,
What's its
mhm.
movement?
40.
Yeah, it can go. So, what's Quill doing?
I
Quill gonna
probably
shoot.
shouldn't say anything.
Oh, what's wrong?
Oh no, it's just that the inside the storm sphere is considered difficult terrain.
Oh, how big is the storm sphere? You said 20 feet?
20-foot radius.
Okay, so that means if you were centering it on the hadrosaur,
I
It
was
would-
catching the hadrosaur, but not mech.
Until Mick
Next.
climbed in.
Yep.
I'm going to say the hadrosaur got to here and chalk up not doing the math properly to we've been playing for over an hour and we should take a break soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. But it is
I'm
still
gonna shoot
Quill's
the
turn.
thing.
Well, that's 17 on the die, which takes
Will
up to
29 hit?
29. You lightly graze it. Well, you graze it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's an herbivore. It's used to being grazed. Well, grazing. Whatever.
No, it's used to grazing.
Yes.
It doesn't like that it's getting it from this end of the verb.
I can do damage?
You may do damage. Unless you declare it was a warning shot.
No.
14.
14.
When you said no, for a second I didn't realize you were responding to what I said. And instead thought you were saying no because of the damage that you did. How much damage do you do? No. It was a low roll. The amount of
Okay.
damage was nope, which, depending on the situation, might
Yes.
be very high or very low damage.
Indeed.
Yeah.
It's 14, but 14 is has been removed.
14
Kitty's
points have been
turn?
removed. You only get one attack at your level?
I don't know.
If only we
I will check
had-
your sheet.
uh,
You have extra attack. You should attack again.
yeah, you
Oh,
can hit
okay.
it again.
In that case, attack again. Draw and fire another arrow. How's a
Oh, it's
natural
only
20?
a nat 20
Wow.
for a 32.
Crit it.
Wow.
So does this give me
When you roll the damage,
Damage
click
is
the
now a crit?
thing. Yep, you're going to do double damage. Well, not double damage, but roll twice the dice. Twice those. Dice so nice. And one of those was an 11. Well, was a 1. 11 total.
dice say 11?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apply. All right.
Now it's Kitty's turn.
Now it's Kitty's turn. They,
Can Kitty
May I make a
pounce or is Kitty
proposal?
not far enough?
well, Kitty's not
Yes?
far enough, but Kitty has a movement speed of 40. So what if
Kitty
Kitty
should
moved in an arc?
back up and make a running.
Kitty runs the same way a doggo runs when they have the zoomies and just goes in a big arc.
Kitty runs a little bit to the side and then goes pounce. Acceptable?
Works for me. Roll
Let's
your
make
claw
a claw
attack.
Okay. Stop doing stupid little claw.
Oh my god.
Okay. Attack claw?
25,000 errors since the last time you said something about the errors.
No.
Wow. All right. Well,
Kitty does not get to do double attacks, I take it.
the kitty is here to make Quill look good.
Apparently.
You have
Except
distilled all
Quill
of
summoned
your
Kitty,
incredibly
so-
low rolls into a
And now Kitty
form-made
has them.
manifest, which is the same way that Canadians are so polite. They conjured up geese, black and gray geese.
Cobra chickens. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, I keep doing.
I think
hand
that's
motions when
Kitty's
I talk,
turn.
and no one's ever going to see them. But whatever. That was Kitty's turn. It is now A's turn. A attempts negotiations, and by that I mean aggressive negotiations.
Psychic daggers?
Not 20 psychic dagger.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. So we are going to roll our damage with that dagger. That's a critical hit. Okay. And apply that. And technically, I do not need to make another roll, but I'm going to because it's not at 0 yet. This is a different interface, and it's not giving me a crit option. But I don't need it. All right. Mech, I would like you to make one more acrobatics roll, but this time it's going to be a save.
Okay.
So on that first tab, when you click
mhm.
on acrobatics, it's right there at the top.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes.
want you to click. Hold on. No, that's the wrong thing.
Oh.
Why are you the way that you are? Don't click acrobatic. Instead,
Okay. Not
look at
clicking
the very
acrobatics.
top. Well,
Mm-hmm.
you've got saving throws in the window next to all the skills. Click on
Yes.
dexterity and then click normal.
Okay. What did it do?
That's a nat 1.
Not very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
good news is combat has ended. The bad news
Okay.
is when that last psychic dagger is thrown through the air and takes out the hadrosaur with sneak attack damage added on top of it.
Yay, sneak attack.
It does a somersault.
Oh, okay. So I'm like up in the air now, right?
No.
Splat.
You were up in the air. You were on its back.
Oh no. Okay.
Now
And
you're under it.
Yeah.
yes, and because you failed your save,
Mm-hmm.
well, the good news is you're still very angry.
Yes.
So you are
So
going to
half
take
damage.
half of
Still
that.
raging.
You take 7
Okay.
points of damage from that. I will math it
Okay.
for you.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm sorry. Mech is going to need some healing. Mech only has 139 points remaining.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
this cannot continue.
Right. Right.
Well, at least Kitty gets some dinner.
I'm fairly certain that Kitty is in fact made of magical energies and does not really need to eat.
Yes, but Quill said that was dinner.
All right.
It's going through the motions. All right. So
Mm-hmm.
on that note, we have in fact been playing for over an hour. What do you say we take a break?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Or was it?
Probably. Something
I
close.
unpaused right before I said or was it, so they will never know what I was talking about.
Right.
Unless we spill the beans.
I do
But
like
Quill
when...
is...
Sorry?
Never mind. No, you go.
I do like when I unpause and I or it's usually Ellie. It's either me or Ellie says the punchline for a joke, but we were never saying what came before it.
Mm-hmm.
I like that joke. Thank you. Thank you, Ellie.
Quill is not going to spill beans. Quill is going to conjure up some good berries to offer to along with their hadrosaur steaks.
Ooh, they could be a garnish.
Mm-hmm.
How many good berries are you giving A?
Honestly, all of them.
How many is that?
10.
Okay. And if I remember correctly, they heal 1 hit point each.
Yep, there's a healing
Alright.
button right there. See?
Well, I'm not going to click that 20 times, so
10 times.
I'm not going to click it 10 times either. I've already just done the math and added in. A is no longer bloody, but just barely.
Okay.
Also, A is in fact carving the hadrosaur into steak.
So, and
I hope everyone's got extra space in their bags because there's a lot of it and you don't want it to go to waste. I've been told it's good eating.
Oh, I have a bag of holding. It will be preserved.
Oh, wonderful. Here you go. A holds up a stack of hadrosaur steaks that is about half the height of A,
Oh my.
which to be fair is not much. A is a kobold. They are dripping in fluids.
Henry will take out another waterproofed leather sack.
valid.
Mhm.
I store my books in there.
They don't actually touch anything in there. I've had a bag of holding before. They go into an
I
alternate
know.
dimension where a rather creepy but very sad individual who steals people in their sleep lives and animates tchotchkes.
Hope that they've stopped stealing people in their sleep now that they have a friend who doesn't.
The entity that was referred to as the Bagman does not in fact live in the bag of holding anymore. They have been recovered by member services, and there's a lot of therapy that's being done. The last you've heard, they haven't reached a breakthrough yet, but progress is being made.
When I was young, I had a jar of oranges spill in my backpack, and I have been cautious ever since.
I hear that's fine unless a capybara gets involved.
They were already cut.
Ooh, well, that would smell wonderful.
It smelled very nice, but all of my books were wet.
And that one was wet. That one was dried at an orange Julius.
I would imagine the citric acid would have had some negative effects as well.
Yes, we don't like to talk about that.
A goes back to carving more meat off of the dinosaur. A is perhaps carving up the dinosaur, not necessarily how someone would carve a turkey at Thanksgiving, because
Biggest drumsticks.
Yes. Perhaps more like I am demolishing some drywall.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Very big animal.
Mm-hmm.
This hadrosaur's size is huge, according to its
A
stat
side
block.
is not.
Oh.
Sorry about that. My phone too. Silent.
What's everyone else doing?
Mech is wondering if the hadrosaur spit out any of those black boxes we need, and if so, where it is now.
Well, everything it spit out is over there on the ground. You can go take a look. That would be a perception check.
Okay.
Will is going to work on, with the assistance of Kitty, who I don't know, Kitty vanishes. Try to get to the poor thing's stomach and see if the box is still in there.
Mech with an 11, you look through the fruit and like it's not that hard to search. It wasn't a very high target number, but let's face it, there have been nat ones in this group already, so I figured it was worth a roll.
True. Mm-hmm. Yes.
You can pretty
All right.
much just like take the butt end of your axe and, you know, smack any of the larger piles of pre-chewed fruit to see if there's anything hard in there. And no, it is just all mushy. The hardest thing in there are seed pods, and those aren't very large.
All right, so it's not there.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay.
And Quill, I'm going to ask you to give me a medicine or nature roll.
Let's see what's better.
And then
I
I'm
think
going to
I'm doing nature.
That roll was deleted, so I'm not going to ask Ellie what that roll was for. It was high, though. All right.
How's a 23?
Okay. So you are able to get in there next to A, only A is specifically getting the muscle carved off for preserving.
Moms.
There's going to be so much dino jerky after this. So much. There might be dino jerky being eaten after the final boss battle of this campaign. Cause and Effect Season 2 might have a dino jerky vendor who looks like a familiar kobold and yells, "My jerky!" after every fight knocks over the jerky cart.
Oh.
But you are going for something further in.
Uh-huh.
They say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. The way to a hadrosaur's stomach is through their rib cage.
Well, it landed on its back mostly, so maybe it goes in sideways?
You can also go in underneath the rib cage because, you know, the ribs don't cover all the way down to the hips.
Let's start going
awkward.
under and then we can work up.
Also, in your inventory, you have a short sword.
Yep.
According to this, you have 2 +1 short swords and an additional offhand short sword.
I have no idea why. That's what it came with.
I understand, and yet that is super hilarious to me. So you have those 2 short swords, yes. And what's that third one? That's for the offhand. So what's in that hand? A short sword. And your other hand, a short sword. And then that third
teeth.
short sword is for your offhand.
It's in the teeth. Yeah, one of the short swords is in one hand, one short sword.
No, your teeth
the other
are
one's
not
in
an
the
offhand.
offhand.
Your teeth are not an offhand, which means you are holding one of the +1 short swords in your teeth.
Yes.
Your dentist would like to have words with you.
Hey, it works for one piece.
About a payment plan, because you're going to need one.
It works for one piece.
Flinry is taking notes on hadrosaur anatomy. Flinry is getting lots of note data right now, because on one hand, you are seeing a lot of muscle structure, and on the other hand, you are getting to see a lot of bone structure, and on the gripping hand, oh, that's what a stomach looks like when it is mostly just full of black box.
Poor thing.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
No wonder it was angry.
Yes. It looks like it was starting to rupture the stomach. Like, you didn't cut the stomach apart, but the black box had some sharp edges. So it is quite possible that if you didn't put it down, it would not have lasted very long, but its death would have been very, very painful.
Poor thing. Start removing the black box. And then
You
help
also, by the way,
carve the
give
thing up.
me, not acrobatics, give me a dexterity check.
Dex check. Ability check. Normal check.
I say check because you are not, in fact, taking damage from this.
18.
With an 18, you are covered in blood and viscera up to the elbows.
Yep.
If you had
Probably had-
rolled lower than a 15, I wouldn't have said the word. I would have stopped after I said blood and viscera.
Yeah, I figured. Quill took off the gloves and rolled up the sleeves because this is going to get gross. Quill will help cut things steak and jerky later because there's love hadrous. One little kobold can't do all that. I figure a ranger ought to be able to do field dressing on anything, right?
A is doing a quote from Forrest Gump, but replace the word shrimp with dinosaur. It seems to be taking just as long as that particular quote that I'm referencing from Forrest Gump.
I don't think I ever saw that one. Oh well.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
Has some really good actors and actresses in it.
I'm afraid to go back and watch it because I don't know how well it's aged, but I do remember enjoying it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, nostalgia is how we ignore everything that was possibly problematic. Don't go back and watch your childhood stuff. Just don't. All right. So that's what Quill was doing. What's Cavil doing?
We're sort of here until we can get the black box, so I suppose that Cavil is scouting
Okay.
and seeing if they can find a heading towards the big robot.
All right. Well, the black box has been retrieved by Quill. So I imagine when Quill did that, Quill wiped off whatever was covering the little latch switch thingy that says, hey, stop sending the signal so we can find the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it would make sense for Cavil to ask for the tracking device before doing scouting. So
Yes.
you are able to find a heading, and you are able to make a perception check.
Excellent.
All right. It looks like the third and final black box that you have been asked to find is off in that direction, which you knew. And what you see in that direction with your 14 is a series of low, heavily eroded mountains. Some of them you would actually probably call a hill rather than mountain, but there's some that... Imagine, if you will, the Appalachians.
Oh.
As opposed to the Rockies.
Mm.
A has run out of things to say, but doesn't want to stop, so A is now saying, and then there's something dinosaur, and I think dinosaur quiche, and another kind of dinosaur quiche, and, well, there's like 24 different kinds of dinosaur casseroles that I've seen.
Dinosaur haggis.
Oh, did I not say that? If I hadn't said it, dinosaur haggis, yeah, you're right. And then you can put little bits of cooked dinosaur in a Jell-O mold. So it's mostly Jell-O, but every now and then you get a bite of dinosaur meat in there too.
I've never been fond of those surprise things in Jell-O. We can do it. Do it.
And then there's dinosaur macaroni salad,
Uh-huh.
dinosaur fruit salad.
A dinosaur is not a fruit.
No, it's a salad made of fruit, but then you put that like little cubes of dinosaur meat on top like croutons.
I will contemplate it.
Great Uncle Yu used to like that. It was his favorite.
Seems a bit hard to get the dinosaur bits.
Man, we got
Unless
around.
you...
Remember, when you found me, I was in a spaceship. We got around.
I didn't find you, says Quill.
So far as A is concerned, you're all non-cobalt. So when you all found A,
Oh, well, point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I will say...
There's probably...
I will say if you wish to take another short rest, you can. A is going to take a short rest.
I think a short rest would be a good idea.
Minimum A is going to take a short rest. If only I had the right button. The short rest
Can
is
I
the
take a
nice
short-
effort.
Can I take a short rest while concentrating and keep Kitty?
Yes. It depends on how long the spell lets you keep the cat.
As near as I can tell, for as long as I can. If someone can find a different...
Oh, that's neat. When I roll the dice to do healing with a short rest, it adds the points in immediately.
Neat.
It's so hit and miss as to whether or not it does that I am pleasantly surprised every time it does.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. A is almost at full.
Okay.
Okay. So you have a lifetime supply of hadrosaur meat and a bearing.
And Kitty.
And a kitty.
Is Kitty big enough to ride?
You named it Kitty.
I named it Kitty. I named the token
With
Kitty.
air quotes. With actual quotes
air
going around
quotes.
the word kitty.
Yes.
A or Flinry might be able to get away with riding the saber-toothed tiger. The rest of you would not be able to.
Quill is going to ask A, may I, holding down hands to pick A up.
You're not gonna put me in a baby Bjorn, are you?
Of course not. I was going to put you on Kitty.
A looks dubious.
Kitty, you will protect this kobold.
It goes up to A and does the bunting thing. Could you have Kitty make an attack roll, please?
Oh no. I said protect.
Uh-oh.
We're not going to
Uh-oh.
roll for damage, but just give me an attack roll. It could be a strength roll if you wanted.
Okay, I'll do this. 6 1 half does another.
Kitty got an 11 for strength. A
Oops.
is on the ground. I rolled a nat 1, which brings it to 0.
Oh no.
Kitty, gentle. Here, you can ride Kitty.
A is
One of our
very still when you pick A up and put A on the back of Kitty, because
Mhm.
A just got knocked over by a saber-toothed tiger and then had a face full of saber-toothed tiger face.
Who's being friendly?
With
when we
teeth
got one of
that large, friendly smile means something different.
Yeah, well. When Eo was a toddler, we got a cat, and then we wound up we needed another cat to keep the first cat company. And so there's this orange and white gent with a somewhat 3/4 tail, and I never knew if that was damage or he was born that way. And he was a friendly fellow, and he butted up against the toddler and knocked the toddler down.
Oh no.
We kept him. We took him home. He was a good old.
All right. So, comical interlude aside, thanks to Cavill's scouting out, you know what to keep in your sights every time one of you who can fly just goes up above the tree line to have a scene from The Hobbit, then comes back down again and say, yep, we're going in the right direction. I keep doing hand gestures when I'm talking. It is
Yeah.
audio only. All right.
Yes. I do that too. Doesn't everyone?
I'm assuming so. All right. So you go off trundling through the jungle. Trundle, trundle, trundle. Someone give me a survival roll for
How about the
navigating
ranger?
around obstacles.
Oh yes, me. I want to give a survival roll.
Go ahead.
Because you have a heading as the crow flies, but Magpie is not carrying any of you. Also, Magpie's a raven, which means I've just mentioned 3 different bird species there.
Mhm.
Yep.
I'm okay with this. With a 15, you are in fact able to navigate around like ravines and rivers and landslides and what appears to be a Tyrannosaurus nest. You didn't get close enough to fully identify which type of large thunder lizard it was, but you went around it. It's great that you have Natural Explorer forests, grasslands. You're in the jungle.
Is this a swamp? It said choose one type, and then jungle is not part of it. We have forest.
That's fine. You're in the jungle.
I pout.
It's
Can I default
when I
to
designed the world
jungle
of
from
Circulus,
forest?
I put this island very close to the equator. It is a rainforest. It is good that you did not bring a tabaxi with you. The tabaxi would be wet.
The tabaxi is already wet.
Yes, but that's salt water, so it's worse.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Here you have 100% humidity, even if it's not raining. It's
Can I
wet.
default my default jungle from Fort Noah at
No.
-5?
No, I am not letting you change that.
At -5. Defaulting. Sorry. Can I use scripts rules for?
Well, no, because then all of your low rolls become successes.
I'm holding a halo up here.
You would roll a thread and you'd roll a 3 and go critical success.
Yeah, but also then my best target number would be 11, and I don't want that.
Anyway.
I mean, one of you is already a bookish feathered Entuxa. Although in this case, mech would be Sen.
Fighty one.
Fighty one.
Anyway.
Rage. Moving on.
Rage.
Okay.
Much rage.
So, as you are getting closer, someone who flies, because I'm assuming you still have someone going up through the treetops to check for bearings every now and then and look
Yes.
for additional things. Someone who flies gives me a perception check. You're pretty sure you're almost there. It could be both of you if you wish.
My
Yes, my
passive perception is
passive
18.
my passive perception is 22.
Yeah, you're both going to be able to see this. So, from where you were when you started, you saw, oh, there's mountains over there. That's where we need to go. As you've continued, you realized, okay, yes, there were mountains over there. We were also on a mountain. We didn't see that mountain because we were on it. And that one's a mountain, and that one's a mountain, and this one's a mountain.
Under your seat, there's a mountain for you too. You've all got mountains.
Yes, and swords. Well, most of you anyway.
Hey, if someone doesn't have a sword, I have a spare.
Yes, but only for an offhand.
Yeah,
I
well.
don't need a sword.
The cat's got 2 sabers.
Mm-hmm.
I have
In
a
its mouth.
dagger and a crossbow and a staff of healing and a microphone and a phone.
And a tablet that is in fact an Eldritch horror book.
That was the phone. But I guess the flagstone is also a phone.
Well, as you've gotten closer with your incredibly high passive perceptions, you begin to realize that the bits of rock face that you occasionally see on the sides of some of these mountains, they're not just all covered in trees. There's some spots that are too steep for a tree to grow there, and frequently they are covered in vines and mosses and stuff, but little bits come out because there's occasionally landslides and other things that wear things away. Well, what looked like just an outcropping of rock from half a day's walk away is starting to look more like a face. A very large, vaguely humanoid face. Vaguely humanoid in the way that Mech has a vaguely humanoid face.
Cavill looks at Flinray. Cavill looks at the face. I think we're here.
I suspect you are correct.
You said that in Discord text.
Hmm?
You broke
Beth
EO with
wrote
what
in
you
Discord
commented.
text, the black box fell into the sleeping giant's nose, didn't it? The face does not look like it has any type of aerial-based crater that would have gone through. It also doesn't appear to have a nose. You will not be spelunking for boogers.
I'm glad.
I am screen capping a picture for you. That's kind of what you see. So, kind of humanoid, not really looking like a skull, more like a 5-year-old was given some crayons and told to draw a person. And they weren't quite, they were out of the scribbling stage for drawing, but not 100% out of the scribbling stage for drawing. It is not, in fact, Quartz's great-great-great-great-great-grandparent.
Is it on its side or on its back?
It appears to be sitting up. If it's standing, it is very much buried. You can't see all of it. It is sort of protruding somewhat. Like, in this picture, you're seeing its back. Its back is to the rock wall, and it is somewhat embedded into the rock wall.
Okay.
And it was Cavill that has a passive perception over 20, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What you would also notice from this distance is, well, yes, this thing is incredibly old. It's embedded in a rock wall that is super eroded over millennia, very much like the Appalachian Mountains, as I have referenced. It is overgrown with various things, but not as overgrown as it should be. And there's parts of it that look like there was something that was gone and put back. Or no, that's wrong. Not put back, replaced. This giant robot has been undergoing repairs, and that's where we're going to end it tonight. So thank you everyone for listening. Thank you everyone for playing. Tonight I was joined by a bunch of awesome people, including Beth, Ellie, Io, and Jen. Who would like to plug a thing?
Io's mom writes books.
Yes, you do.
I've been known to. I've got a few. You can find them at elizabethboy.com, and you can ask your library to get the. They're very cheap libraries, and then everybody gets happiness. And speaking of happiness, that's you.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm spacey today. All right. I'm the host of the Shattered Soulstone podcast, which I'll probably do a new episode later tonight. Haven't done one in a while because of various doctor things and all that. But yeah, you can find every episode of Shattered Soulstone from the very beginning up through probably later today at shatteredsoulstone.com.
And speaking of
Speaking of-
websites, AaronBSmith.com/cogwheel is where I put all of these podcasts. You can follow us on the Fediverse at is.aaronbsmith.com/@cogwheel. And you can support us on Patreon by going to patreon.com/cogwheelgaming and help us keep the lights on along with other illustrious patrons, including Ellie, Shanshan, Walter, Liv Droman, and patron emeritus Cindy. And until next time, this is Crash saying, okay, I keep saying mech and techs are like they're tall ones, but maybe I have to stop saying that now. Good night, everybody.
Good night.